Oh my goodness. I have had such a crazy day. It has been so cool. I can't remember the last time I learned this much. My brain right now feels like it's kind of short-circuiting because of all the knowledge and information that it absorbed today and that I hope just stays inside of it. And also, my cortisol levels are still trying to come back down from getting attacked. So, to give you a backstory, I don't think I even really fully explained this, what I'm doing here. I'm in Orlando. There is a facility called WOFT. It stands for Where Our Families Train. And I got invited here by Women for Gun Rights. My friend Diana runs it, and it's basically just women who support the idea of keeping ourselves safe, being our own first responders, keeping our families safe, feeling safe in our environment, our communities, and our homes, all of that, and just learning like tactical things to do that involves different strategies for diffusing situations so that you don't get to the point where you're having to use a firearm in self-defense, but it could get to that point. So that is what we are learning about. It was honestly I am very proud of myself for where I started this morning, which was the video I shared earlier today, to where I got later in the day. I have a hard time switching from like, I can be tough and I can be like, do not mess with me, but I don't sit in that space very often. Like, I sit in the fun, happy, positive, cheerful kind of space. And so turning on the mama bear switch, which I absolutely have inside me, it took me a second this morning because I'm just not used to going there, but holy cow, I feel like once I went there, they were like, okay, you need to calm down, you need to not be a crazy person, because I choked somebody out. He had to tap out because he couldn't breathe. I choked him. Let me show you the video, hold on. So we went through all different kinds of training today. One of them was like hand-to-hand combat, so blade work, which was something I've never done before other than when I was like 5 and was in karate. So that was new, but by then I was already like jacked up about all this. We did firearms training, which was by far my strongest suit. I really redeemed myself because earlier in the day we started with the situational, like it was called the low light room, where they turned the lights off. In my scenario, they didn't actually turn the lights off, and I still was like in a full-blown panic. But in other people's, because I was the very first one that ran it, so I had no idea what I was doing. And it got harder and harder and harder as we went because everyone was up top on the second level watching. So when I had the like predators come in and like come towards me, everyone was watching that and learning, and then they would go through the whole scenario saying like, this is what she should have done, this is what she should have done. So then we had like 15 people that we got to learn from, which was so cool. I would like to clarify that I did not do blade work when I was 5 years old in karate. I just meant like I did hand-to-hand stuff when I was 5 years old. I think I was a white belt with 2 yellow stripes, so probably very similar level to where I am today. But it was incredible, and I loved that it was scenarios that someone like myself or the other women that were at the event could possibly find yourself in. Of course, they kept saying like the best scenario and the most likely scenario is nothing is going to happen. But if something does happen, here's how we react to it. And the women that were at this event were like the coolest of the cool, just incredible human beings across all industries, which I thought was incredible because when I do events, I often am with people in like the outdoor industry and I know them and it's great, but this was people I've never met before. I knew 2 of them, I guess, before, but there was 15 of us, and anywhere from like UFC fighters, ultra marathoners, fish anglers. I'm trying to think what else to share because there was just so much today that happened. Like once I let it absorb a little bit, I'll be able to share a little bit more about it. But okay, one of the highlights for me today was this low light scenario, the one where I had the flashlight and I was basically asking the predator, please, to stop coming towards me. Like, I don't know how many times I said please. I am so Canadian. Like, you don't need to say please when someone's coming into your space. But I did because it's in my soul. So, like I think I mentioned, I'm forgetting which slides I posted, but I was the first one to run through that of the whole day. So like, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But then as we went, people got to watch like from my group, and then they got to see like, oh, Eva did this wrong, I'm not going to do that wrong. I did a bunch of stuff wrong. But at the end of my group, Michelle went, and she is a UFC like wild boss mama champion fighter. And it was one of the coolest things I've seen. She karate chopped the guy in the face. I mean, kicked him. in this scenario, the guy had a big combat helmet on, so he was prepared for that. But all of the girls that were watching, we were like so excited for Michelle to get in there because we're like, she is going to whoop his butt. And anyways, it was the video that I posted where he could not sneak up on her because she was too like agile and just good at everything. So he ended up having to leave the building, run around the building, circle back behind her, and then enter in the same door that she went through, which had not happened up until that point. So she had no idea it was going to come right behind her, and he grabbed her from behind. I would have peed my pants and cried at the same time, and she like wiggled out and did some moves, and then she kicked him in the face, and there was a footprint on his mask, and it was very empowering, I'm not gonna lie. And she's like the cutest, sweetest, prettiest little thing, and I'm like, how does that come out of this body? But it just really shows you that women are awesome and so tough, and it was really cool to experience in real life. I think that's all the updates for now. If I had to summarize what I learned, like the most basic things would be that you always need to carry a flashlight. Like I bought 2, and I'm going to carry them. I'm going to try so hard to have them on my person at all times. If you see me out somewhere, I want you to ask me if I have a flashlight with me, and I really hope that I can say yes, because it was really, really interesting and cool to see. It sounds so silly, but these high lumen flashlights will like blind you, and so if someone is approaching you in your situation or your vicinity, just being able to flash a flashlight in their eyes and make them aware that like you're prepared and that you're not going to be a victim was really cool. It was kind of shocking what a difference, because I got flashed in my eyes and like you were disoriented. And to use your voice very strongly, which I struggled with at the beginning of the day, but then I feel like I got a lot better at it. And just to feel very comfortable with whatever you have, if it's concealed carry or a flashlight, whatever, just to feel comfortable with that. And I think that's all my updates. I'm gonna go have a shower. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I've deleted some slides. I don't know if the ones that got deleted said this or not, but I have to miss half the day tomorrow at this event, and I'm so bummed about it because I'm gonna fly home early to beat the snowstorms that are about to hit North Carolina, because we all know that North Carolina doesn't know what to do. If there is any snow or any warning of snow, everything shuts down and I will never be able to get home. So I'm leaving early to go do that, but and I'm gonna go, look at my eyes, they're so red right now. There was a lot of knowledge obtained today, and this brain has not received a lot of knowledge in quite a while, so I'm gonna go need to recover for 7 to 10 business days.